At T-Mobile, our critical mission is providing unparalleled 5G coverage for when connectivity is mission critical. Introducing T-Priority, America's best 5G network experience for first responders, even in times of congestion. More capacity, faster speeds, better coverage. T-Priority from T-Mobile, built for tomorrow's emergencies, ready today. Discover more at t-priority.com.
For qualifying organizations on eligible rate plans, coverage not available in some areas and may be impacted by emergencies.
Uh-oh, the last cookie.
You can get a new box of cookies in as fast as an hour with Walmart Express Delivery.
Are you my guilty self-conscience?
No, I'm the voice offering you promo code EXPRESS for free delivery on your first order.
Hey, who ate my cookies?
You mean, these cookies?
Order now. Welcome to your Walmart. Promotion valid for first express delivery order. $50 minimum subject to availability. Restrictions apply.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, to check the Jumbotron first, before attempting to eat a stack of Supreme nachos in one bite. Now you're just a meme that everyone shares on game day. Checking first is smart, so check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Every cup of Nespresso coffee is an invitation to transform your morning routine into a ritual you can treasure each and every day. Using the Virtuo Pop, a simple touch of the button freshly brews bold aromas and a rich, velvety crema layer for delicious cafe-quality coffee at home. Whether you enjoy your coffee hot or over ice, every sip, every morning is unforgettable. Nothing tastes like Nespresso coffee. Visit Nespresso.com or our app to explore our full range of easy-to-use machines and coffees not found anywhere else.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
The Eagles officially are on the board with NFL free agency. Welcome to the Eagles Checkdown, the fastest under 10-minute Eagles podcast there is. Covering news, notes, and opinions on your Philadelphia Eagles right here on the Eagles Pinpoll Podcast Network. I'm your host, Phil Stiefel, and you can tune in daily, Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. and catch Trending in the AM on the STT Sports Network, which is live, taking your opinions on all the topics we cover here on the Checkdown, plus more, and you can get a little interactive with me. I greatly appreciate you checking it out. I've linked today's show down below. Check it out. Subscribe and tune in. I greatly appreciate it. And guys, the Philadelphia Eagles are officially on the board on Wednesday with free agency. They made some huge, massive moves, and I say that very sarcastically because they did make two moves, but they're very small moves as expected. And we'll get into the reasons why in a minute. But the two moves made on Wednesday, first and foremost, the Eagles signed former Green Bay Packers running back A.J. Dillon to a one-year deal. A.J. Dillon is 26 years old. He did not play at all in 2024. He got hurt late in the 2023 season with a neck injury. They call it a cervical neck stinger. Some expected that to be career-ending. Obviously, the Eagles are going to give him a shot to try to work his way back first and foremost before we overreact one way or another, because when it happened, I saw people overreacting on both ways. This is not a done deal in the sense where he is going to be running back two for the Philadelphia Eagles. Will Shipley will probably be running back two. A.J. Dillon, when healthy, was a solid running back, a bruiser, 6'4", 6 foot, 240-pound guy, a guy that could just bowl over guys, run up the middle. The guy's got quads just like Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts. We got the quad kings here now. But it's not a sure thing. I still think Will Shipley is running back two. And there's not even a set thing that A.J. Dillon will even make the roster. We don't really know till he starts running whether he's washed or not at this point. This could be, a steal like LeGarrette Blount. This could be another Rashad Penny situation from a few years ago. We won't know till preseason games start rolling around what A.J. Dillon still has left in the tank. But they made that move. That's the first outside free agent they have brought in. The Eagles also re-signed fullback/linebacker Ben Van Sumeren, who got hurt late in the year, but the Eagles were using him as a fullback. He is changing his number, the report is, and the Eagles are listing him as a fullback now. So the Eagles are going to continue to potentially use the fullback position in 2025, which is great to see. Howard Roseman was quoted at the Combine, and I'm going to read this quote from Howard Roseman. It's not going to look like maybe the conventional wisdom thinks it should. I would just ask our fan base to have patience throughout the offseason. And so far, this offseason has not been what most fans want. Big moves, big signings, going out and getting the stars. But I got to remind people of a few things. First and foremost, the Eagles have built this team through the draft. And you already have, what's this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Eagles making $20+ million a year. Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Landon Dickerson, Lane Johnson, Jordan Mailata. Cam Jurgens and Jalen Carter are on the very near horizon, and they're going to get – Cam Jurgens is going to get $20 million a year to be center, probably later this offseason. Next offseason, Jalen Carter is going to get $45 million a year, maybe more than that. So the Eagles need to be conservative to an extent. I mean, if you think of it, despite losing Darius Slay, who signed a $10 million fully guaranteed one-year deal with the Steelers today officially, losing Darius Slay, losing Milton Williams, losing Isaiah Rodgers, Josh Sweat, we've had their replacements already lined up. This team has got 11 draft picks in the first 4 rounds of the next 2 years of the NFL draft. This is the way Howie Roseman's built this team. If you think about it, why did the Eagles, after the 2017 Super Bowl victory, fall apart? Not just because of Carson Wentz, but in 2017, they were the 8th oldest team. And then Howie retained everybody. And they became the 3rd oldest team in 2018. And you just saw that decline happening. You saw it after 2022, retaining Darius Slay and James Bradbury to big money deals. We're eating big dead cap hits this year next because of that. So sometimes you got to move on from fan favorites when they get priced out, because you need to. If you draft well in the first, second, third round, you've got to retain your stars. And that's what Howie Roseman's setting up. This team is set up for long-term success. You're going to be returning 9 of your 11 starters next year on offense. Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, all 3 wide receivers, 4 of your 5 offensive linemen. Maybe Dallas Goedert, maybe not. We'll see what happens. And the one offensive lineman you're not retaining, maybe not. We'll see with Mekhi Becton. Tyler Steen's been here for a few years learning anyway. Defensively, you still got Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Nolan Smith, Jalen Son, Zach Bond, Nakobe Dean, Quinion Mitchell, Cooper Jean, Reed Blankenship, with Ajomo and Trotter Jr. ready to step up as well. 8 of the 11 starters are returning on defense. So this team, while they're losing a few key contributors, they're losing guys based off of business decisions because you've already drafted their replacements. And over 20 draft picks in the next 2 drafts combined, the next couple years, they're just going to be doing the same thing. And there'll be tough decisions next year and the year after that. But Howie Roseman seems to have this plan in place. You build through the draft, you retain the superstars, you make tough decisions in free agency, and sometimes, fan favorites might have to go, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, but sometimes they're the right decisions to make to be able to retain the guys that you brought up, the guys that you developed yourselves. And, saying that Mekhi Becton's gone, I'm shocked. Right now I'm recording this almost 8 p.m. on Wednesday night. I'm kind of shocked Mekhi Becton has not been signed to a deal yet in free agency, which begs to make me think that maybe they're still trying to work out a way to bring him back, which then brings me to another little theory that we'll dive into as the weeks go on. Maybe if they bring Mekhi Becton back, then Tyler Steen's a guy that they trade away at some point in a package to bring in another player around the draft, whatever it may be. We'll see how that all plays out. But the next move that's going to happen is going to have to be the decision on Dallas Goedert. What it'll be, I don't know. Also, one other note, the Eagles did not tender a contract to restricted free agent Britton Covey. Does not mean he's not going to come back. They've done this before in the past. If you don't tender him a contract, they still might have the thought process to bring him back as an unrestricted free agent at a cheaper deal. I don't know. Britton Covey's a nice player, but they obviously can get by without Britton Covey. Anyway, guys, this is the Eagles Checkdown right here on the Eagles Pinball Podcast Network. Guys, the fastest under 10-minute podcast. I'd greatly appreciate you clicking the link and joining Trending in the AM live at 8 a.m., 8 to 9. It's normally 8 to 9:30. On Thursday, it'll be 8 to 9 only. Got some work things to do, but please click the subscribe on that YouTube channel as well. Trying to get to 500 subscribers very soon here. We're just over 40 away from that, so please do that, guys. Everybody have a great Thursday. Go Birds, and Bubbles Up.
It's time for basketball, and Uber Eats is dropping deals on game day favorites to keep you locked in on the action. Like when you're craving a buzzer beater, but also buffalo wings. Or when an upset makes you want to ugly cry into a pizza. And right now, Uber Eats has game day deals from McDonald's, Popeyes, Pizza Hut, Wendy's, and hundreds more local favorites. So you can keep your eyes on the ball and your hands on a hamburger. Order now, only on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
This episode is brought to you by Prime Video. In the small town of Holland, Michigan, nothing is ever what it seems. Behind the tulip festivals and pretty houses lay dark secrets that threaten to tear a marriage apart. Nicole Kidman stars in this darkly twisted thriller about a wife and mother whose quest to uncover her husband's secrets may get her more than she bargained for. Holland, streaming on Prime Video March 27th.
Are your ulcerative colitis symptoms proving difficult to manage? Tremfya guselkumab can help you manage the cycle of UC symptoms. At 1 year, many patients taking Tremfya achieved clinical remission, and some patients also achieved endoscopic remission. Individual results may vary. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Ask your doctor if Tremfya can help you manage the cycle of UC symptoms. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
I was never really a runner. The way I see running is a gift, especially when you have stage 4 cancer. I'm Anne. I'm running the Boston Marathon, presented by Bank of America. I run for Dana-Farber Cancer Institute to give people like me a chance to thrive in life, even with cancer.
Join Bank of America in helping Anne's cause. Give if you can at BofA.com/supportAnne. What would you like the power to do? References to charitable organizations is not an endorsement by Bank of America Corporation. Copyright 2025.
This episode is brought to you by Hyundai. Whether you're running errands with the kids or heading on a weekend escape, the new 2025 Hyundai Tucson Hybrid is packed with class-leading advanced safety features like blind spot view monitor, forward collision avoidance assist, and wireless phone charging, so you can stay focused on what really matters. Learn more about the new Tucson Hybrid at HyundaiUSA.com.